Hey everyone, Techne here with a keyboard review. In this keyboard, you know what, before we get into any of this, spoiler alert, add this thing to your cart right now because it is that good. But anyways, we're reviewing the Corsair K63 mechanical gaming keyboard, 10 keyless here. And let me tell you what, this thing is coming in at 50 bucks right now. That's on Corsair, Amazon, whatever. 50 bucks. And honestly, even at the regular MSRP of 79 bucks, I still think it's worth it. It's that good. But what I'd like to do is pop it open, bring you guys in, show you the keyboard a little bit, then I'll be back with you. We'll do a sound test, everything, talk about the pros and cons. You know what, it's really not cons. There's really only one thing I don't like about it. But hey, let me bring you in, show you, and I'll be right back with you. So let's go and look at the software right now. Now we are in Corsair IQ software, and honestly, if you guys have caught some of my previous videos, I love the IQ software. It is just fantastic. Anyway, so we got our K63 selected right here. You have actions, and this is where you can get down here and adjust some of your settings, your macros, and all that stuff. As you can see, I have all this to adjust in there. I don't use any of that, but if you do, hey, it's there. So anyways, right down here, we have the lighting effect. And this is where you can adjust the effects that you saw in the close-ups down there. You have all these different effects, and I really like how it shows you up on the screen what you have going on. You know, you have your speed right here, where you can go faster or slower, and it shows whatever you adjust right on the screen, which is really, really nice. And then, of course, your brightness right there. Over here, you have your custom where you can adjust, like say if you got a ripple, and you can adjust where it starts, where it stops, whatnot, your speed, your color, and all that stuff. Again, I keep mine on static pretty much all the time, and it's just right there. And then right down here in the performance tab, you can adjust what the Windows lock key does, if it's Alt tab, whatnot, or just a basic disable the Windows key, and then your lock indicator right down here under performance. So that's the software. It's straight, simple, to the point, and I love it. All right, so what did you guys think about the close-ups in the software? Me personally, I love it. I think it's simple, it's to the point, and it's getting everything done here. Now, before we go any further, I want to get that one flaw out of the way since we just saw the close-ups and talked a little about that software. The one flaw I have, and you know, this isn't something I don't like, this is just that something someone else may like, is that it's just black and red. The RGB is only red, and then underneath it, when the RGB is off, I can click it off by this button right up there. So the RGB is off, and you still have that red accent underneath it. That is the only flaw with this keyboard. Again, for me, it's perfect because my entire setup is black and red. You know what I mean? But some people might have a blue or green setup, and this will just throw off your vibe. So that is the only flaw right there. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about some of these pros. And right off the bat, while we're talking about that RGB or just R, how the thing just lights up red, it's crisp and it's vibrant. As you can see right here, if you press this button right up here to control your brightness, you have 3 settings. So right now we're off, 1, 2, and 3. And I know it's not, you know, just shining out here. I got these lights on right now, but it is crisp and it is vibrant. Every single key has its own light underneath it. Now let's talk about the build here. And this thing is made completely out of plastic. There's no metal underneath it or anything. The base is all plastic. And let me tell you what, this thing has some serious weight to it. Hands down, probably the heaviest plastic keyboard I have used yet. Like when I took it out of the box, I was like, wow, you gotta be kidding me, you know? And that's a good thing. That means whenever you're playing or anything, it's not gonna be budging and moving around on you. Again, this thing feels incredibly solid. Now talking more on the build. On the backside, as you can see, you got 4 rubber feet right here, and then these guys, your little feet that pop out, the bottom of them are rubber right there, so it does not move around on you at all. And again, you got that weight kind of helping you out as well. So like I said, whenever you're playing, this guy does not budge on you. And on top of the all, as you saw right up here, you have audio controls. And right over here, you have your Windows lock key and your brightness button like we just talked about, but you got your volume up, down, mute, and then your track skip and stop and whatnot. So in this $50 price range, you're still getting all those features. Like, Wow, like come on, like you gotta be kidding me. And yes, like I mentioned in the beginning, this is a mechanical keyboard. It is using the Cherry MX Red switches, as you can see right there, and they sound fantastic. But hey, let me give you a quick sound test here. I'm gonna put you guys about 2 feet from the mic right here. Again, we got Cherry MX. So they are smooth and they sound absolutely solid. Now you might be kind of wondering, like that space bar down there, for example, sounds a little different compared to some other ones. Right, so it's not as loud. You kind of just got a little bit more of a, I don't know how to explain it, but it's right. You know what? Let me get a mechanical keyboard with a metal base and let you hear the difference. All right, so right here, I have the HyperX Alloy FPS Pro. It's using Cherry MX Reds as well. And again, I just want to let you hear the difference of a mechanical keyboard with a plastic base and then one with a metal base. So let's start with the Corsair with the plastic base. Spacebar on that one. Now let's do the spacebar on the metal base with the HyperX here. Now I'm just going to hit a couple keys over here. Let me bring it in for you as well. So again, Corsair, HyperX metal base. So I don't know if you guys could tell the difference, but honestly, I don't know how to put it, but it sounds like these keys are hitting metal and these keys are hitting plastic. Obviously, right? That's what it's doing, but that's the best way to explain it. That's honestly how they sound. But this honestly sounds amazing. It almost brings down the sound level just a little bit more. You still get that great Cherry MX Red feeling, but it's not really loud. It almost brings that sound tone down a little bit, and it sounds fantastic. It really does. Now this thing does connect by USB, and the USB is attached in the back. It does not detach, and this is a pretty big, sturdy USB. It is not chintzy by any means. It feels incredibly solid. Now one other thing you're probably questioning about the keys is that space bar. Let me show it to you right here. As you can see, it has those little bumps on it right there. That was my concern as well. I'm like, man, that thing's really gonna get annoying and just kind of pressing on it constantly, because we're using our space bar a lot, right? And I honestly don't notice it. And it doesn't hurt my thumb or anything, because I don't like those mice with these big chunky grips on it or anything, right? So that's what kind of the idea I had of this. Like, man, that's just gonna get annoying after a long play session. And you honestly do not notice it at all. One other thing I want to show you while we have that space bar off right here is how it has those nice stabilizers right there. Those little Mach switches, if you can see right there. So again, the spacebar feels just like any other key. So no matter where you press it, it feels fantastic. You know what? While you're looking at that, check that out. You can see the red underneath it really well right now. So again, back to that flaw, that would be the one flaw. I'd say, like, if you're not into black and red, I don't know, this might be a bust for you. But if you love black and red, whew, I mean, you can't beat it. So all in all, my take on the Corsair K63 keyboard here, I'm sure you guys can wrap it up for yourselves, right? And kind of get my judgment from it. I love this thing. I think it is fantastic. I mean, if you're in the market for a keyboard and you only have 50 bucks, which again, 50 bucks is pretty much what the majority of the membrane keyboards run for, right? But you're talking 50 bucks for a mechanical Cherry MX Red, audio switches, 10 keyless? I mean, come on, this should not just be on your list. This should be in your shopping cart right now. You should be pressing that checkout button. It is that good. So hey, please do let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the Corsair K63? Do you use the Corsair K63, and what do you think about it? Are you looking at picking it up? Now hey, I really appreciate you stopping by and checking out this video. I'm sorry if it seemed kind of rushed, because honestly, it was. I wanted to get this out there, show it to you guys, and present this deal to you so it's known out there. I'd feel like I'd be doing a disservice if I did not let you know about this fantastic deal here. But hey, thank you so much for watching this one. I highly appreciate it. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.